if you want to restrict your villagers to not eat some food that you have or consume some stuff that you have, you're going to press N, and then when you go to management over here, by default you're going to be here. You're going to go to the last tab over here, food, people's demand control, and over here you see you have wood items, water items, food items. Over here everything is checkmarked by default, meaning that the first thing they're going to take is firewood, to heat their home, which is fine. And if you have no more firewood, they're going to use stick. If they have no more stick, they're going to use log and plank, etc., etc. So if you don't want them to use stick, log, and plank, you're just going to do this. Simple as that. So now you restrict them to use these 3 mats in order to heat their home with only firewood. So they're just going to use firewood. Same thing with water. So if you don't want them to use to drink anything else than water, because I just want them to use water, by the way, that's all I have, then you want to check mark this. Make sure it's check mark, right? And make sure you have nothing else checked, because if you check anything else, they will drink anything else you have in your food storage, and it's only if you have no more water. So that's only if you have no more water. Let's say these 3 are check mark, right? So let's say you have no more water one day. Well, they're gonna jump to milk if you have milk. If you have no milk, they're gonna jump to soured milk. If you don't have any soured milk, they're gonna go to water skin with water, etc., etc., etc. So they're gonna go all the way down until you're depleted with anything else you have for that gives them water. You understand? So including fish, like partridge, like these kind of things over here, beer, whatever. So if you don't want them to touch these things, you want to uncheck it. Make sure you uncheck it so they don't consume it. Me, I just want them to consume water for now. In the future, if you have plenty of something that you don't mind to give them, then you can check it like this, and they will drink whatever you want them to drink. Some of the drinks have some sort of buff sometimes, and which may make them a little bit happier. So if you want them to drink that, that'd be my guess. But me, I only give them water for now. Same thing with food over here. So in priority number 1 is fish tart. So you have that, you have fruit tart, meat tart, pear tart, whatever. So I don't have any of these anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But if you did have some of them, they would eat these things in first position, and second position, third position, etc. That's why it says priority 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Value doesn't mean anything. Don't worry about value. Stored means how much you have of that quantity of that items. Me right now, since I'm starting my base, I only want them to eat roasted meat and dried meat, and that's the only thing I want them to eat. Or I can say, you know what? I just want them to eat roasted meat and not dried meat. So it's really up to you to decide how much of food you have so that they can feed themselves. And you need to calculate how many villagers you have in your village, because the more villagers you have, or kids or children's, the more they're gonna eat, right? So you have to calculate that in your head and think about how much food you need for the entire village. Same thing with everything else. So everything else has been unchecked because I don't want them to touch any other food except the one that I just mentioned above, the roasted meat and dried meat. But make sure you do have some, because if you have none of these, you're in deep trouble. So I hope that this helped you. If it does, please like and sub. Thanks for watching. Cheers.